Shalom, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Kakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of every Bellstone, and peace and salutation down to the hopeful elect. This is John 6 and 63. It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. So these words that we're speaking is of the spirit of Yahweh Shai. All right, the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. The words that we are speaking, it ties in with the downfall of the so-called white man, the Edomites. All right, and that's going into speaking the words of prophecy, which we know Yahweh Shai is being that spirit of prophecy, right? So it says, it is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profited nothing. So we already know this flesh, it really doesn't profit anything, right? Nothing, the words that I speak unto you, they are spirit, they are life. So we're speaking life, being out on the highways and hedges and prophesying, we're speaking life. So ultimately, this world is nothing but death. As you see, the things that are pushed and promoted, it equals death. Okay? There's no light. That's why it's important. As I was watching the video, a little bit of Elder Apostle Tahar, he was going into praying that the Lord take not the Holy Spirit from you. Okay? Because once the Lord takes the Holy Spirit from you, there's no going back. You can't get it back. Right? It's better for you to not have known this truth than to put your hand to the plow and turn it back. All right? And plus, you will be subject to worse demons that you had before you enter this walk. Right? But brothers carry a special light within us, and that is of the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, being blessed to have this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You know, we have that light. All right. And it ties in to Isaiah 4:1. The times that are ahead, these people, they're going to be searching for answers. And the only men that's going to have those answers are who? Prophets of the Lord. All right. This is going to Yahweh Shah. I want to get spirit of prophecy. Revelation 19:10. All right. And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not. So this is going to John the Revelator bowing down to an angel, which was a fellow prophet. So it says, I am thy fellow servant. So he told him to get up. And of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. All right. So the angel told him, don't bow down to me. I'm a prophet just like you. You know, I got the testimony of Yahweh Shai. Worship the Most High For the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. So Yahushua comes in the spirit of what? Prophecy. And brothers was given this talent to be able to understand the thorough knowledge of the scriptures and be able to break it down, and to be ultimately to be able to prophesy, because only the prophets of the Lord understand the prophecies. All right, that goes into what Amos 3:7. The Lord revealed his secrets to his servants, the prophets. All right. So automatically, brothers got that light. All right. Wisdom make his face to shine. Okay. Yahushua comes in the spirit of prophecy, and us prophesying the downfall of the Edomites, we're prophesying the end. Okay. The words that we speak have a big role into the downfall of the nation of Edom, which is why they fear this truth and they hate it so much. And that's why they're going to be rolling down on brothers really soon when the stuff hit the fan. You know what I'm saying? Getting into Luke. This is Luke 14:27. And whosoever doth not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. So we were given this big responsibility, this talent to be able to prophesy, and speak the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. But now is not the time to start what's that word? Losing that fire and going back into the world. And whosoever doth not bear his cross. So bearing your cross, going through the things that's not pleasing. All right. And come after me cannot be my disciple. For which of you intending to build a tower sitteth not down first and counteth the cost? All right. Whether he have sufficient to finish it, which is pretty much being able to build a tower. You got to have the special equipment, the machinery. You can't just get up and start building. Like, you got to plan it out. You got to count the costs to see if you're sufficient to finish it in the first place. All right. Less happily after he hath laid the foundation and is not able to finish it. All that behold, it began to mock him. All right. So you got to count the cost, man. Saying this man began to build and was not able to finish it. All right. Or what king going to make war against another king sitteth not down first and consulted whether he be able with 10,000 to meet him that cometh against him with 20,000. All right. So when you go to war, you got your men, You got 10,000 men, and you're going against a guy with 20,000 men. You're going to sit down and consult with your guys on different strategies to win the war. All right? So it's likened unto now. We start this thing, first and foremost, we got to know what we get into. You know, brothers shouldn't be just, let's see. First thing first, you got to at least study for a certain amount of months before you even start going out on highways and hedges in the first place. Because then you're vulnerable on getting cut by an intelligent Christian. You know? You shouldn't just be watching videos for like a week and then all of a sudden you're out there. You know? But ultimately, you got to count the cost. You got to know what this thing's truly about. All right? If you know you're not going to be serious, take this knowledge for granted. You know, it's better to not even make that commitment and going out there and doing the work of the Lord. You know, because ultimately you can't half-ass this truth. You know. And once you start going out, you got to constantly continue to go out every week. The classes, the videos, all right, that's labor. So, and it's labor for a greater purpose, ultimately for the crowning that it speaks about in 2nd Esdras. So, so now is not the time to be getting lukewarm, not taking this truth seriously. Because once we come into that time, you know, it's going to be whether you did what you had to do for Yahweh Shem Yahushai or not. And the worst feeling ever is to go in Jacob's trouble and be like, I could have did a lot more, or I didn't do enough, or I didn't do nothing at all. All right? Damn. I didn't do nothing at all, man. And this could go hand in hand with he that putteth his hand to the plow and look his back is not fit for the kingdom. All right, so I was kind of all over the place, but Lord willing, this was edifying. Once the Spirit is on you to go out and teach, you know, you will know, because you'll have that fire inside of you to go out. All right. And ultimately, you got to know what this thing is a part of, what this thing is about. But Lord willing, this was edifying. I'm going to close out giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Kakwadash. The barns to the elders and apostles, great bust on, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. And I'm going to say shalom.